Hello, beautiful souls everywhere. Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Journeys. How you all doing? Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. So, another false, what do you want to call it? False flag, scare event, fear porn thing came and went. Yesterday was the dreaded 10-4, and people's phones went off and nobody turned into a zombie. Nobody died, at least not anywhere in my area that I know of. Didn't see anything spectacular on the news, except for one little thing. Apparently, in the country of Italy, they're preparing to evacuate 500,000 people in this month. They've had over 1,001 earthquakes in the region near a super volcano. I can't remember the name of it, but it's near Mount Vesuvius, which is the one that wiped out Pompeii, which is near what's it called? Naples. I should know this. I went there. I went to Vesuvius too. I went to a winery right on the side of Vesuvius. So Mount Vesuvius is a huge volcano that wiped out Pompeii, but there's another volcano nearby that's a super volcano. It's way worse than Mount Vesuvius. And apparently there's villages all around it and on it and everywhere. And there's 500,000 people. And in Italy, they're going to possibly evacuate all. They're deciding whether or not to evacuate all 500,000 people because they think this super volcano is going to blow. Well, why do I find this interesting? Well, first of all, because my very dear friend Jenny Lee predicted about the super volcanoes blowing and just volcano eruptions all over the place. And I've had so many dreams about these volcanoes going and wiping out people. I've had tons and tons of volcano dreams. So that is why I find it interesting. Now, that wasn't an event because of 10-4. It has nothing to do with it. This thing has been going on apparently for a month now with the earthquakes. But the fact that they announced it today in the news, today and possibly yesterday in the news, I find that kind of interesting that they waited till these auspicious dates to announce it, because it's been acting weird for a while now. So hopefully by now you all understand that when people who come on YouTube or social media and they post dates and times, exact dates and times, that they're full of crap. Hopefully you realize that, especially when they give an exact day and an exact time. Now, there are some people who are saying that that was just a test for future stuff that's going to happen. So I had a little chat with Source, Mother God Creator, divine source, the one that birthed me from its womb. And I don't mean my physical vessel, I'm talking my soul. I had a chat with the big is and ever was about this. And what I was told was that nothing major catastrophic like zombie apocalypses or plagues where most of the people die, those kind of things are not going to happen. Nuclear war is not going to happen. A real alien invasion is not going to happen. And when I shouldn't say that, it is happening. So we are having a real alien invasion. It's been going on for a long time now, and you've been watching it with all the borders. Okay. So it's not just in our country with the borders getting invaded by millions of aliens. It's happening actually in Europe too. I just saw a video of Polish military trying to defend their border from illegals trying to come into Poland. And there's countries all over Europe that are experiencing this flood of illegals from Africa. There's a big problem with illegals from Africa and from Middle Eastern countries coming in to Europe by the millions. And what's interesting is all of these guys that are coming into all of these countries, including the US, the majority of them are 20-something-year-old. They're like teenage to like 20-something-year-old fighting age, military age men. You see, of course, children, especially with the border between US and Mexico, you see children. and they're doing lots of trafficking of children there. But if you look at the majority of the people crossing all of these borders in our country and everywhere, it seems to mostly be young fighting age men. Also in China, in Canada, there's all kinds of young Chinese, supposedly military like guys that have snuck into Canada too. So they're definitely trying to do something, but whether or not they'll succeed according to God, and when I say God, you have to say which God. We talk about that, which God, the prime creator, the prime divine mother, according to the prime mother, father, I am, they will not succeed. So it keeps telling me to stay out of fear, and just trust that we have angel armies literally at our backs that are protecting us. And so you need to stay out of that fear mode. And whenever you see a date posted, it's a lie. I had a lady post on my Facebook, and she made a comment that, oh, they have to tell you what they're going to do to you before they do it. Now, that's actually true. So the bad guys have been showing us in Simpson cartoons and movies, Hollywood movies, for a long, long time. I mean, they've even made speeches. There's that famous Masonic speech that was made by John D. Rockefeller that was recorded back in, like 100 years ago, with him saying that we're going to basically kill off all the stupid humans. I mean, in a nutshell, that's what the speech was about, but basically that they were going to keep us sick and that we're stupid and that we're just a bunch of, dumb animals that they're going to enslave and do all these terrible things to. So, and he said that in a recorded speech. So yes, they've been telling us for probably 100 years what they're going to do to us, but there's a but to this, and that is that they never give you the time and the exact day. They show you when the symptoms are going to do stuff, and then 2 to 5 years later, even 10 and 20 years later, it happens. But they're not giving you a day and a time when they're showing you. They show you and then it happens, and it's always that element of surprise, that sneak attack when they actually do it. So if they're telling you a time like they did 2:20 or 2:22 some places, and in my case, it went off at 11:18 a.m. because I'm Pacific Coast time. When they tell you the time and then they gave us a day, you need to understand that nothing's going to happen. Okay. Nothing major is going to happen. Now, in a way, I'm kind of telling a white lie here because something did happen. So something major did happen yesterday. So starting at, I want to say, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night on the 3rd, incredible, amazing, beautiful, high frequency energy started pouring into this planet, and portals were opened. Good portals, not bad ones. They were opened. And all of this energy started flowing through. And a lot of us had, I don't want to say upgrades. We had upgrades. So starting around 11 o'clock at night on the 3rd, I started to feel ungodly anxious, which I haven't felt in a really long time, especially because I wear this harmony pendant thing, which I have the link down below in the description about that for this thing. But ever since I started wearing this months and months ago, I never have any anxiety. And so I started to feel ungodly anxious, even though I was wearing this thing. And I tried to go to sleep, and I was literally tossing and turning all night. And that is weird because for a long time now, I usually go to sleep and I pass out cold. I'll wake up several times to go to the bathroom or something, or from hot flashes. But I once my head hits the pillow, I'm usually out cold. I'm not having an anxiety attack and freaking out. And so starting around 11 o'clock, I was kind of freaking out and kind of anxious. Then all day yesterday, I could really feel the energies, and it was super intense. It was like really, really, really intense energy. And I can't remember what time in the morning. I want to say it was 9 maybe a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11, something like that. Creator instructed me to put on all white, anoint myself with my Christed chrism oils. I have a mixture that I made. It's biblical oils. It's frankincense, myrrh, and sandalwood, and it's mixed with a carrier oil. I think, what do I have in there? It's olive oil. No, I'm sorry. It is extra virgin coconut oil. So I have extra virgin coconut oil mixed with sandalwood, myrrh, and frankincense, which are like the highest vibrational oils in the world. And they're really good for meditating. And so I was instructed to put on all white, anoint myself with this oil on all my chakras and even my hand chakras and my feet chakras, and to go sit out in the sun, because the sun was actually shining for the first time in a while. It's been kind of cloudy here. It was shining. Go sit out in the sun and put all of my most powerful crystals, because I have hundreds of crystals, but I was supposed to take the most powerful ones I have and put them in a circle all the way around me. And the purpose for that was to capitalize on the frequencies that were pouring into the earth. There were just beautiful, amazing frequencies pouring into the earth. And so I don't know if any of you felt this, but I did. And so I wasn't anxious yesterday. I just really felt the energy, and it really hit me in my solar plexus quite a bit. And it hit me in my head, my crown chakra a lot, with the tingling in my crown chakra. But the anxiety was the evening before, and then it went away. And so I sat and I meditated. And after I meditated, I felt a lot better. And the rest of my day went quite a bit better. And then by evening time, I just felt pretty normal again. Actually, I felt good enough that I was able to do light weightlifting workout, because I wasn't able to do any weightlifting for a few days, or do any exercising for a few days, because I just had low energy. And so I had this burst of energy yesterday, and I think it was from all the energy pouring in. So how many of you, I want to know, and please put it in the comments, please talk in the comments and tell me what you experienced yesterday on the 4th and the night before. Did you feel any of this energy coming through? Did you feel anything different? How was your experience? How did you experience the day? Because here's what I think. This is just my idea. Okay, I'm one person and you don't have to believe me. And this might not even be the correct answer at all. And I'm willing to admit that. What I have this idea that the reason they told you these things were going to happen on the 4th is they were trying to distract everybody from taking advantage of this amazing positive energy that came through, because I think they knew this event was going to happen with this energy. And, keep in mind, they know everything because they use all of these, instruments of terror, like the looking glass and time travel devices and everything. So they know what's going to happen. I think they knew this really huge energy wave was going to come through this planet, and they were trying to distract everybody and put you into fear. Because if they put you into a fear thing where you're like, oh my God, I can't have my phone on, and you're freaking out over your phone. If they do that to you, then it lowers your frequency, and then you may miss receiving the upgrades and the downloads and the activations that we got yesterday, because we got activations and downloads and upgrades and all kinds of good stuff. And so if you're in a fear place, you're going to miss out on that. Totally miss out on that. And that is what I think that this was realistically all about, was lowering your frequency, blocking your ascension, keeping you from experiencing, all the wonderful energies. So my advice to you is, in the future, when they say this stuff is going to happen, that you go about your merry way, you pray. Don't be stupid. I've told you guys this over and over again. Okay. Don't do any bypassing. Don't put your head in the sand, because we know that there are bad guys on this planet that mean to harm us and to wipe us out. Be smart. Have eyes on all sides of your head, but don't sit there and worry and lament about it. Don't go to a place of fear. Just go about your day, just knowing in the back of your mind that you have to be aware of what's going on around you. There's a difference between being in fear and being aware. Okay. Awareness is just a knowing Fear is like, oh my God, my family member who's pokeyed is going to turn into a zombie. Okay. I have 3 of them I live with, all pokeyed up. They did not turn into zombies. They did not keel over dead. They're doing really good. Everybody I know that's pokeyed is still alive and kicking and not a zombie. So people are saying, oh, this is a practice because on the 11th they're going to do this and it's going to be the real thing and it's really going to kill everybody. Okay. Keep in mind that we are all co-creators of everything happening to us on this planet. So if you put that into the what do you want to call it, the consciousness of the collective, and everybody focuses on everybody's going to die, blah blah blah, die, everybody die. That's a famous line, by the way, from Star Trek. Die, everybody die. If that is what you think and you focus on that, if enough people focus on that, we can actually make terrible things happen. So if enough of us focus on sending love and light and raising the frequency, then we're going to do that instead. So instead of sitting here and going, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen and this is just a test and that's just a test, here's what God and Yeshua told me the other day. They told me that they're going to keep trying to do these things over and over. They're going to keep trying all their little bad things, but the angel armies are many steps ahead of them, and they will be stopped at every corner. Every time they try something, they will fail. Okay. Now there's some times when they are succeeding, like what went on in Lahaina, Maui. That was a succession on the dark side. It was a check mark on the dark side. Okay, they got a check mark on their scoreboard. They got to check off that on their scoreboard. But the thing is that they're not going to win. They're not going to win. There's all kinds of angels that are here battling against them, and not just actual angels, but human angel, like people on the ground, what I call boots on the ground angels, like lots of people. We've got the good military, what they call the alliance, what is it called? I know Ismail Perez mentions them a lot. Solar Warden, that is a real thing, by the way, and they're really good guys. They're like the police of the space. They're like the space police for the Earth, to protect the Earth and our quadrant of the solar system. So we have these physical bodied angels that are also doing, good things. But the bottom line is the creator that made all of us is not going to allow anything bad to ever happen to you. And any person like this TLS group or any of these kind of people that are out there spreading stuff saying on this date, this terrible thing is going to happen to you, I don't really know what their aim is. Like, I don't know if it's that they are actually evil, or that they're being paid off to do this, or if they just don't know any better, or if they are controlled opposition. I don't really know what their game is, and I don't really care. I'm not going to plug into their energy because there's darkness there, and that's not good for me as an empath to plug into dark beings. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to plug into any dark being and say, well, what's their game plan? Why are they doing this? All I'm going to tell you is they're spreading fear porn, and it is lowering your frequency. So you need to not go there. You need to be aware, pay attention to what's going on in the world, pay attention to your home and your surroundings and your city and your state and your country, whatever. Pay attention to everything going on, but don't sit there and freak out and go, oh my God, I got to run to the store and buy 500 million barrels of food and toilet paper. And do you need to have food and be prepared? Yes, you do. You need to always have 2 months worth of supplies, just because there's volcanoes, there's flooding, there's tornadoes, there's hurricanes, there's all of these, there's horrible winter that's going to be coming up. Supposedly it's going to be a bad winter. Mother Nature can kick our ass. And if there's a big enough solar flare from the sun, we can have an EMP that wipes out all the planet's electricity for a few months or more, or who knows how long, set us back to Stone Age. So that's all possibilities. So don't be stupid and go to the store and make sure you get yourself a couple months supply of food and stuff that you need, medicines, whatever it is that you need. I always have 2 months supply of vitamins and minerals and things that I take, medicine that I take. I always have at least a 2 month supply. So do that and be smart. Just don't walk around all day in this constant state of fear going, I got to prepare, I got to prep, I got to do this, I got to do that, because that's going to lower your frequency really badly, block your ascension, and make you sick. This book I have here, The Real Fountain of Youth, that's all about stress. 98% of illness is caused by emotional stress that you can have control over or heal in some way. So don't stress yourself out. You're just going to make yourself sick. Okay. So one other thing I want to talk about is numbers. So when I went on my trip to France, which if you haven't watched my France video yet, please watch that. I had a lot of synchronicities and spiritual things happen and paranormal things happen. The biggest thing of all is starting when I went to France, I started seeing numbers nonstop every day. Mostly for me, 33 and 333, but I was also seeing 111, 1111, 1010, all these. So I started taking pictures on my phone every time I'm seeing them. And since I returned from France, the numbers are still going and going and going. I'm seeing them all day, round the clock, 24/7, just constant. So on my phone here, I don't know if you guys can see, but I don't think it's showing up on the camera. No, it's not showing up. So if I go all the way back to the beginning of my trip, going back to the beginning of my France trip, I've got 733, 933, 313, 433, 1133, 111, 330, 333, 433, 444. Found out on, I think it was, what's it called? There's another social media thing that I'm on, and it said 333 people tuned into me. I don't know if you can see that. It says 333 people tuned into me. Let me go back out. Then I got another 3:30. I get a lot of 3:30 and 3:33. Then I got a 10 a.m. Then I got 1101 and then 1111, another 1111, and then 111. And then 733, 833, 10, 1000, 1200, 444 again, 222, 933, 1133, 1010 again, 300, 1111 again, 111 again. I get, and 222, 11. So I'm getting a lot of these 222, 233, 1111, 7, the number 33. I'm getting the same, like a repetitive pattern of these same like numbers over and over again. 444, 222, 111, the 3 numbers, and then 1111. I get all of those like repeatedly all day long, like all day long. I see signs with them on it. I see driver's license plate with them on it, bumper stickers. I was in the elevator. I took a picture in the elevator in France. Let's see if I can find that picture. This just blew me away. I got into the elevator in Carcassonne, France, in our hotel room. Let's see if I can find it. And to go to the hotel room, which I think I told you all in the video, they put me in room number 33. So this was in the elevator. I don't know if you can see that. It says 333 at the bottom. That was in Carcassonne. And then we entered our hotel room at 7:33. I'm on a video. I'm on a what? Okay. Okay, I'm on a video. Sorry. Okay. My son has to go to sleep now, so I'm going to be getting off here in a minute. So 7:33. Entered my hotel room at 7:33 into room number 33. Okay. And since I came home, it's been just never ending. I'm looking at all these. So I've been recording them. I've been taking pictures every day and watching a pattern. And then I've been getting 1, 2, 3, 4 a lot. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a lot of 4, 4, 4s, 11, 11s, 1, 1, 1s, 10, 10s. All right. So what do I want to say to you about this? What I want to say to you about this is I want to ask you, how many of you, please put in the comments, how many of you are seeing numbers repeated over and over again? How many of you are seeing them? Raise your hand in the comments, just put a little comment, say I'm seeing numbers, and maybe say some of the numbers you're seeing. I finally asked the question, why do I keep seeing these numbers over and over again? And the answer that they gave me was hilarious. They said it was to give me hope, because I was feeling kind of ticked off about the situation on the planet. And they said that they're doing that to give me hope. Now, people will tell you, if you look the numbers up, that they have specific meaning. And yes, they do. They're what you call angel numbers. Now, for me, the number 333 and 33 is connected to Yeshua. So he will use those numbers to let me know he's around me. That's kind of like his code to say, hey, I'm here, I'm hanging out with you. That's kind of like our code language is 33 and 333. But the other numbers I'm getting, they have different meanings. I got an 808 recently, and I found out 808 is financial abundance and prosperity. And then shortly after I got the 808, I basically got contacted and found out I'm getting a huge check in the mail, because my mom and dad, when they passed away, they had, get this is the number 3 again, they had $3,000 in a bank account. $3,000 in a bank account. Number 3. Okay, it keeps coming up for me. And they passed away, and I didn't know about this bank account, and we happened to find out about it on accident. And because there's not any other heirs, the state where they died is sending me a check. So I find out about this after I get the number 808, which is financial prosperity. So if you look up all these numbers, they do have meanings. They have meanings. So I'm going to urge you to go onto the internet. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what they all mean, because that could take 10, 20 hours, because there's hundreds of websites that all have different meanings for different numbers. So what I ask you to all do, I invite you to do this, is when you see the numbers, take a photo on your phone so you can keep a record. Start to look for a pattern of which numbers are showing up the most frequently for you, and then go and look them up. And when you read the descriptions, feel into your body what resonates with you. If it's meant for you, and if it's positive and it's resonating, it's going to feel like peace or joy or tingles up your spine or chills, and then you'll know that that's the correct explanation for the numbers you're seeing. And look for patterns and start to put it together about what is this trying to tell you. The other thing is the answer I got for why I'm seeing them continuously all day long, just nonstop. The answer is hope. It's all about hope. It's to give us hope and let us know that Spirit is with us. The Holy Spirit's with us. Creator, Holy Spirit is with us. Yeshua Spirit is with us. The angelics are with us. Your guides are with you. Your higher self is with you. You have all of this support. And they want you to know that. And they're trying to give you hope, because positive things are coming. I know it looks horrible right now on planet Earth, but beautiful, positive things are coming. Everything has to crumble and fall apart first. It all has to fall apart and collapse. Okay. That's basically what's going to happen, is things are going to crumble and fall apart. But once it's all done falling apart, then all the good stuff is going to start pouring in. And it is possible that while things are crumbling, good things might be coming in too. So pay attention. But just don't lose hope. Look at the numbers. The numbers are bringing you hope. And I'm going to get off this video now because my son's trying to sleep. He's got to be up in the wee hours of the morning to go to work. So he has to actually drive to a job very far away, very, very far away. He's got like an hour commute. So I'm going to let you all go now for this video. And I thank you for joining me on this channel. I hope this information was helpful in some way for you and gave you a little hope and encouragement. And if it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, smash that button, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.